Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, dear subscribers on YouTube who have supported me, and my very few, very precious patrons on Patreon. I'm sitting here because I'm about ready to start clearing weeds away from trees till when the guys come in to dice them up into firewood, they don't trip and hurt themselves. All these weeds on either side of the tree, I'm going to clear that. Loose branches, little branches, trip hazards, stumps, rotten stumps I can kick out. This isn't that bad. I'm not going to start here. I'm going to work on another one. There's a bunch up near the cabin, and let me see if I can tell a photo of that. I might do another video a little bit later for that. Oh, come on. What in the world? Okay, well, the other thing is with this new phone, I got a new phone, and it does not have split screen, so I can't sit here and talk with you being able to read my lips and blah, 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 do a video at the same time. So unfortunately, I didn't think of it. I just assumed it had it, but it doesn't. I did get a new tablet, an A, Samsung Galaxy Tab A, so it's supposed to be a lot better than the Tab E. Hopefully it has split screen. Anyway, the reason I'm sitting here, and the only reason I'm sitting here, is because I'm going to take this big wad of paracord and untangle it and rope around, put cord around all those trees there, because that is they are my improvised DIY log splitter station. There's two of them there. You can see where those two trees are wide out. Those are the ones that will provide the axle for the pivot. And the power, of course, will be just mostly wood weight. The arm will be wood. So all you need is a splitting head. Old splitting maul head or a wedge. Sharpen it up. So same thing with these two here. There's two trees there you can barely see, and then the big one there. But I had an even better idea of a swinging kinetic splitter instead of a vertical where it slams down. And what I'm looking at is duplicating the idea of the look up log splitter, DIY log splitter, automobile spring. They're using the spring to counterbalance the weight of the head to make it easy to slam down. Well, that could be doesn't need to be vertical, it can be horizontal. So you take the head and you just string a rope or a cable or a axle between two trees, and voila, you have the weight. Get about a 6-inch at the base, straight tree, leaves a few branches at the other end, the narrow end, tie a rope to it, shoot a line over like right there. Well, the idea being a couple branches up there about the same height, but two trees apart, and then about 6 feet apart, whatever, 4 feet, 6 feet. I think 6 feet would be good. And then just throw a rope over those, either one, and then in the middle of the rope is your upper end of your branch, your straight 6-inch tapered down to 2-inch branch. So the weight of the base of that tree will be most of the power, and you're just swinging it. So then you'd have to have a fairly good sized tree or stump, like that stump over there. And for this operation, I got to find another setup, because this is probably not going to work. It probably would, it might. I don't know, I haven't looked at it yet. So you need something that's heavy enough that, just a big log, a big stump, roll it over there. I want everything to be portable, so it could be done off of a tripod. Basically, if you look at how a teepee is set up, a Cheyenne type teepee, you have three heavy poles, your 3 base poles. So you have 2 here and then 1 cross over those. You tie them with a certain kind of knot. When you set them up, you have a real stable tripod, and that same rope, 50-foot rope that you have tying them together, comes down vertical right in the center between them, and you can stake that in with 3 stakes, so it holds it down really solid. So 2 of those would form your base for this whole operation, and then a third one hanging and swinging in between. So anyway, this is all very simple, very basic. 90% of it, 99% of it is going to be wood, and yet it'll be able to split wood, and the only thing you really need is a steel wedge, which could be, like I said, an old splitting maul, busted splitting maul, or a, splitting wedge, or a chopping hatchet, whatever. So that's about it. Basically, getting ready for winter. Yeah, you can see I'm out here in it's November 4th, 5th, whatever. Short sleeves, t-shirt. I didn't have any socks on earlier. Just slipped on my tennis shoes and went out and did some things. Grand solar minimum, not here. Not so far, not here in the Ozarks. We did get a little skiff of snow one day, but, and it hasn't been cold, really. One night justified getting in my real sleeping bag. Other than that, I've just been winging it in a junk sleeping bag, a flat sleeping bag. It's not made for winter. Not anywhere near made for winter, but it's what I've been in the greenhouse. You can see it over there, barely. And I don't know why the telephoto don't work on this thing. It should, but maybe I'm not seeing it. Not working. Don't ask me why. Anyway, staying in the greenhouse, several reasons. It hasn't been cold enough to be in the Airstream with a fire going yet. And two, if I get the Airstream and the greenhouse cleaned up, by living in the greenhouse, I'm finding out that, okay, there's white mold on the ground. Scrape it up, scoop shovel, and throw it out. Probably exhaled vapors of my, breathing and whatnot. But anyway, the greenhouse might be filled with this stuff, and then it would be like nasty to clean up a big major job. Well, as it is, I've got a kitchen. I've got a kitchen area that was Lola's workbench, galvanized, nice three-tier workbench. I have a stainless steel countertop sink on there, camp stove, 2 camp stoves actually. So anyway, there's some things I'd like to get. I need to do things for my health. I did my monthly shop, and my retirement income has dropped $120 a month for some reason. I don't know why. But, if anybody's out there that cares about what I'm doing, then, PayPal me, shoot me some money, Walmart, whatever. And the other thing is, and I'm just kind of, what I'm doing, just to let everybody know, is I kind of think of it as, don't reinvent the wheel. Well, sometimes you got to. Or sometimes there's an application of the wheel that's a lot better than special application, like the aero cart. The Works, W-O-R-X, Works aero cart is the best, most ingenious redesigning use of the wheel and lever and inclined plane and good grief, lever and fulcrum that I've ever seen. Absolutely ingenious reinventing of the wheel. So, pretty cool. So I'm kind of reinventing this ministry, reinventing the Jerry, as I call it. Don't reinvent the wheel. Well, sometimes you got to. So I'm kicking back a little bit, relaxing, taking care of my health. I'm exercising every day, sometimes twice a day. Of course, throwing a lot of firewood is a lot of work. I'm going to be doing a lot today. Just so much work to do here, manual labor, which is just good because it's good exercise. So dropped about 30 pounds and several inches, and a couple of friends were over the other day, and this one sister was laughing, and I didn't pay any attention. I was talking, so I just ignored her. But, my friend John's daughter Haley was sitting on my leg and was flipping the loose skin under my chin that's almost like a turkey beard now. So that'll tighten up as I lose more fat. But, she was flipping that back and forth, and I didn't even realize what she was doing. And Lori was just laughing and told me later why she's laughing. I thought, oh, okay, cool. Anyway, I'm sitting on one of these, and there's, I don't know, probably 10, 15 trees down here. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, at least 10, probably 11, probably 15 dropped within eyesight of where I'm sitting here. So with the smaller branches cut or broken off and the weeds out of the way and the trip hazards out of the way, it makes it a whole lot easier to get with a chainsaw and like 100% safer. So that's my plan. And my throat's getting dry and raspy, and I don't have any water with me. So I'm going to rope those trees around, like I said, and be on to my other project. So, all right, thank you. This is Jerry Diamond. If you're listening to this, you are the remnant. And I'm going to go ahead and I think upload this to YouTube, just as a reminder to every one of my subscribers that I'm still alive. Sorry about that. And just taking some time. Got to get some things in order. Got to get my life in order. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally. But my vision is still there. My purpose is still there. Read my book, How to Get Out of Babylon. You can find it on YouTube. I read up to 6 chapters, 6 sections. Available on free PDF, or you can order a hard copy from lulu.com, Lulu.com. Order that, read it. That'll give you my mindset of what I'm about. And that's just all it is an outline. Basically a 30-page outline of how we can actually completely change the world and save the world, because if we get this operation going, we can provide housing for people, and it is going to take on selfishness. If everybody thinks what I have is mine, what's mine is mine, it ain't going to happen. We have got to be willing to share, to feed other sheep that are hungry, to share our resources, our food, our shelter, with a bunch of other people, but mainly basically build enough shelter that we can house people coming into this region. So it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of getting together. I had the vision. I think it's going to happen. We can make it happen, but it is not going to happen with everybody sitting on their own little stash pile of accumulated wealth that, guess what, when you die, you're not taking it with you. I've realized that. I'm giving stuff away. I'm very much so feeling my mortality, as it were. Having had a heart attack and then a mini stroke and then super high blood pressure. I'm dealing with that. I'm working through that. I want to be in top physical condition. First time in my life since football. And even when I was doing football, I was in high school. Played pulling guard, right guard. I was fast. I was quick. That's why I played pulling guard, because it demanded fast and quick, movement on your feet. But then I was playing just to play and maintain top, first string. But I wasn't really doing anything to drastically improve my physical condition. And then, of course, when I became a believer after high school, my whole focus was on spiritual. So from 1973 to this year, I've just been, pursuing, the kingdom of God and helping people and doing research and applying myself in that way, and severely abusing my body the entire time. Sleep deprivation. I got addicted to sleep deprivation. In Denver, working, nonstop, 1, 2, 3 shifts in a row. It's rough. It's hard on the body. That's why I look like I do, and why I've had a heart attack and stroke. So that has to change, and that's for the first time in my life. What I'm saying is I'm focusing on being in completely peak condition, being as good a condition as I can, instead of just maintaining and going at, okay, I got to split firewood. I don't like to. Oh, I got to load firewood. I don't like to. I've got to go do this. I don't like to. And it's hard, and after I'm done, I want to go take a shower right away and go sleep or take a nap or eat something. And now I'm like, let's do it, let's do it, let's do more, let's do more. Kind of like I might get addicted to it. I think I will. Just like I was addicted to sleep deprivation and manual labor to make money, well, I'm going to be addicted to getting in really good physical condition and being, whatever you want to call it, ripped, buff, just get in top physical condition. So anyway, that's the program. And in the course of all that, something's going to change. Like I said, my life is changing. It has changed. It is changing, and it will change. I believe that totally. So I'm going to upload this to YouTube. so everybody can see it. Just an update. Wintering here in Cedar County. My son wants this all to be pasture, all those trees to go away. So we've got, about, I don't know, 100 years worth of tree cutting that he would like to have done immediately. But, free firewood. And we could build some cabins out of this stuff too. If we got a sawmill in here, we can build some stuff. Or even if it was a sawmill, a chainsaw sawmill, make some houses. But anyway, that's the program. Today is like clearing to get into these trees, break off all the branches that can be broken so that, down to firewood size, little kindling size pieces, those 2 and 3 inch branches, even those normally will break off. If the tree's been down long enough, I can just snap them off with my hand. Like this one here has been laying there for a while. But, yeah, if you hear that crack, that means it's dead, cured, been dry for a while. There's one. There you go. See? You can see the dryness of that wood. So, been down long enough I can snap them off. Up to about 2 inches. Beyond that, loppers or chainsaw, small saw, a sawzall. Oh my gosh, I dearly want a sawzall with a Diablo blade, a carbide blade. Oh man, a cordless sawzall. I don't need a chainsaw. With that thing, I can dice all this down in like a few minutes. All that could be diced down into firewood before the chainsaw guys get here to do the bigger stuff. It'll go through 9-inch, 10-inch, they say 12-inch, but I'm figuring 9-inch, the blade's 9 inches long. You can certainly do a 9-inch piece of wood, and I could go right down to there where it's good, actually good chainsaw material for firewood. So, man, I want one of those. I'd like to have it right now, but I just can't. I need to get a splitter. I need to get a saw of some kind, cordless chainsaw, cordless sawzall, gas chainsaw, I don't care. But there's just so much wood out here I could be doing, and John and Bill only do it when they're here on weekends. So I could have this all done right down to the bowl of that stump there, right there where the first joints come out, ready for them to cut at the bigger stuff. Anyway, got people that are ailing that need some help, and I want to help them, negative ions and grounding and on and on and on. My dear daughter-in-law, please be praying for her, Rachel. She's needs a miracle and needs some help physically, and too many to even go into here. But my library is at risk in a stable that's roof's leaking and the walls rotting off, and I don't know, just so many things I'd like to do and can't do and don't have the capability to do right now, but I'm doing what I can. All right, that's about long enough. Well, as I always like to sign off, this is John Connor. If you're listening to this, you are the resistance. Oh, no, that's wrong. That's from Terminator. Okay. Yeah, I stole it. This is Jerry Diamond. If you're listening to this, you are the remnant. Goodbye. God bless everyone.